So in light of what I discussed in my last video, I thought it would be appropriate to discuss another argument in support of the argument against traversing the actual infinite. I haven't seen this get much attention here on YouTube, so I felt like I should probably bring it to the table, and this is called the Tristram Shandy paradox. Now, imagine you say you have an author, a guy who's named Tristram Shandy, who writes his autobiography so slowly that it takes him a whole year to record the events of one day. So it takes him a year to record one day, and so if he writes for 2 years, he's recorded the events of 2 days. And so the idea is, suppose he's immortal, and he keeps writing his autobiography. As he keeps writing, he gets farther and further behind. In other words, the date at which he's writing about versus the present date get further and further and further apart. And so he will never finish his autobiography. He will progressively approach a state in which in which he is infinitely far behind. Now turn the story around. Suppose Tristram Shandy has been writing his biography at the rate of 1 year per day from eternities past. Then that means that, because as Tristram Shandy writes that slowly, it would get further and further behind. If he's been writing from eternity, then the date at which he is recording is infinitely distant from the present date. Now, it's impossible for an event that is at an infinitely distant point in the past to get all the way to the present, or, to rephrase it, since it is impossible for an event that was at one time the present date to recede into infinity, and since the notion, obviously, of someone writing their autobiography at the rate of 1 year per day seems obviously coherent, it follows, then, that an infinite past is absurd, thus reinforcing the second premise of the Kalam cosmological argument. I hope you enjoyed this video, everyone. I look forward to reading your comments and your responses, and Merry Christmas.